Welcome to the desk, Professor Kevin Butt from Ellsworth Community Agricultural Department, Ellsworth Community College, and we're here to talk about the agricultural department over at Ellsworth Community College. But you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm thinking about getting in to agriculture, a student.
Exactly.
Understand, if I'm thinking agriculture, I'm going to go to Ames. I'm going to Iowa State. Why would I consider going over to your place?
One of the unique things about Ellsworth in our ag program, and I'm one of the examples of that, is I started my career at Ellsworth for 2 years, got my ag degree in ag transfer, and then I went on to Iowa State and got my degrees in animal science and ag education there.
Oh, you did? Really?
Yes. So coming through us is, you could do it in a lot smaller classroom setting. I mean, our class sizes are maybe 12 to 15, and for a lot less money.
Yeah, and this is something I wish I would have done. It's such a more economical way to get as good, if not better, education, because as you mentioned, the class sizes are smaller.
Yeah, and I was a kid in high school. I got B's and C's in high school, and the culture shock of coming from a school my size and going on to Iowa State would have been a huge leap. And so the community college for me was a great way to kind of make that transition, going from a smaller school into a community college, and saving some money, and then moving on to Iowa State.
Now, maybe it's something you're not entirely sure you want to do, and then you've got less money on the table when you start things off.
Exactly. And yeah, we've had students that have come through and partway through decided, I don't want to go on to 4 years. I just want to finish my 2 years here and move on into the professional career.
Sure. You were saying, Jack.
Well, I was going to say, this is the time of year where a lot of high school seniors are doing college visits, trying to decide where they want to go. This is the season where you make those decisions. What can people expect, or why should they come and visit Ellsworth Community College?
One of our unique things with Ellsworth is that as a community college, as someone put this best a couple years ago when they came to visit, is we put community in community college. Our main campus is right in the center of Owl Falls, a nice small little town of 5,500, I think. Our Ag Center is a brand new center, was built 6 years ago on the south edge of Owl Falls. And so we're kind of that private college feel at a community college price. That's one of our large assets that I really like.
I liked it as a selling point too, because the private college feel, that's really important, but the price tag on those is skyrocketed. It's outrageous now.
Yes.
Now, do you have any ballpark figures as to what people can expect to spend at Ellsworth?
I think our average cost for tuition is $174 or $177 a credit hour.
All right, that's very affordable.
Well, let's get more specific with the ag program. What are some of the benefits besides, class size and feeling of community, the specifics? If people are really wanting to go in ag, why is this the place for them?
And I'll hop on that. This is so much different than it was. When you think of ag programs in the 1950s and 1960s, this is such a technical profession now, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's one of the unique things that we have is we started several years ago a precision ag degree program. We're one of two in the state that offer a precision ag, and that's all about the GPS that's on the tractors, all the high-tech side of things, all the data that's being gathered that farmers are using to analyze now.
Right.
So we started a technician degree on that a couple years ago. We're one of very few in the nation that offer that.
I was going to say, that's smart. That's where everything's heading right now.
Yeah, and there's a huge demand out there. In fact, I got a call the other day from an equipment dealer down in the southern part of the U.S. Was reaching out to us and said, I'll hire your 3 best students every year.
Really?
Are you serious?
Yeah, exactly.
That's impressive.
So kiss up to the professor.
I would say so. You're my favorite professor.
It's cool, yeah.
I was going to say, to me, that's a huge selling point.
It is, and that is one of the unique things that when we got into this, I was, before I started teaching Ellsworth, I was kind of a technology nut, so it was kind of, when I came in, that was something people were asking, is like, can you do some classes in that? And we started doing it, and it just started gaining momentum, and we said, we can make a degree out of this, and so we have, and so it's been a huge hit.
Well, you're obviously very passionate about agriculture, studying it yourself, and now teaching and being a professor. What's one of your favorite things about Ellsworth as far as the ag department? Like, what do you look forward to? A class you look forward to, or a thing you teach?
I get asked that sometimes. What's my favorite class I love teaching? And I really don't have one favorite one. I love teaching a lot of my classes. I do a lot of the precision ag courses right now. I also do a lot of the beef courses, and so that's something I've raised cattle since I was 10 years old.
I was going to say, you have an animal science degree too, so that would go hand in hand, wouldn't it?
Yes, and so yeah, I enjoy teaching those classes, and part of that is we're very hands-on with it, and so it's not just us in the classroom lecturing, we're getting out to my farm, working with my beef herd, with the precision ag we've got some equipment on campus that we do quite a bit with. We also have a college farm, where we raise crops, and so our other instructor does a lot of that with the agronomy side of things. So it's very hands-on, very little lecture side of it.
There you go. So families, kids out there, if you're planning those college visits right now, don't forget about one that's just up north a few miles.
Now, can they come and visit the school anytime, or is there only a certain time of year?
No, they can come anytime. Either contact us or contact our missions office and set up a time. And
this guy's pretty cool. If you're thinking about going up there, say, I want to go have Professor Butt show me around this joint, because this seems really neat, and you just seem, and Jackie hit the nail on the head, very passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah, it's something I was thinking about ag education for a while, and I didn't. I kind of got away from it, and then I started teaching part-time at Ellsworth, a couple night courses on the ag, and really enjoyed it. And then when the full-time position opened up, I jumped on it and been loving it ever since for the last 12 years.
All right, how can people get a hold of you guys? They want to get some more information.
They can get a hold of us. Ellsworthcollege.com is the website to jump to. We also 641-648 4611 is another number to call. We have an 800 number, but I don't have that memorized right now.
You can Google it.
Google Ellsworth,
it, you'll find all the
I'm impressed
information.
you had the original number.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that.
That is great. It sounds really cool, man. Thank you so much for coming in. We really
Appreciate it.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Professor.